Morning everybody, it's Lyn from Lyn's Crafts. Um, this is another project that I have done with the hot glue art. And as you can see, all I did was make it look like it had rivets around it. Let's see, which side is it? Right here where the seam is, I made it look like it's seamed together there. So I did that. I painted it all black, again with the pouncing motion to get the paint to stick. And I did sand the tin a little bit first, just to scratch up the paint that was on it, the printing that was on it, I guess, so to speak. And then I painted it black with the pouncing motion. Then I did the glue, the hot glue, and I did a little, I don't know if you can tell it, made it kind of look like it's been welded right around the inside of the lid edge there. And then I did the black over it again with the pouncing technique. Then I heat set the whole thing and came back with, I believe it's the metallic folk art in the copper. And I just, again, with my finger, just barely did that here and there. I didn't do it solid. If you can see the differences in the outside. So I just did it in spots. And then I went back with, I believe it was just a raw umber. I believe it's actually an apple barrel paint. Raw umber. And I did the same thing again, not making it solid. And then I took my Lindy Stamp Gang sprays in the cocoa bean copper, the Mission Bells brown, and the golden lump of coal, in that order, and just didn't spray solid again, and just sprayed here and there, hits and misses of each one, and heat set in between. And then after the whole thing was done, I went back with the cocoa bean copper, and I did spray just a light mist over everything. And then again with the magicals, I just rubbed a little bit on the rivet heads, and then I sealed the whole thing with my sealer. And I'm gonna try real quick. Let me pause. The inside is just lined with a pattern paper, and I'll show you that paper in just a minute. I'm going to show you the edge up here. This is where the lid fits over the base. So as you can see, I did not do anything except for pounce the black paint up there. A little bit of overspray does get on, but I did that, and then when I sealed the whole thing, I did seal all the way up the top. But it's just one, it's actually the two coats. It's just two coats of paint with the sealer, and it's just a satin sealer. I didn't use a gloss sealer. And then on the inside of the lid, of course, it's not painted at all. So, and I haven't had any, I haven't even had the lid scratch the paint like it, like it does want to do. So I do think the pouncing it on does make a little bit of a difference. There is a little bit of rub around the top of the lid, and that may just be where I didn't hit it with the satin sealer around the inside of the lid. Now, by no means is that a foolproof method to pounce the paint on, but it does seem to help it stick to the metal quite a bit better. And I didn't really care if I got a nick or a scratch here or there, but it really turned out that I didn't. The surface is so, I don't even know how to describe it. It has a rough sort of feel to it. Oh yeah, excellent. And that's from nothing more than just pouncing the paint on. So, alright. there's that. Let me see if I can hold it up a little bit. Okay, put my little container of paper clips underneath again. Okay, what I did was I cut out some gears, and they're actually just out of cardstock. I didn't even take the time to cut them out of chipboard. And the reason being is because they have so many layers of product on them that, and I knew they were going to be basically flat against the lid. So, black paint, the apple barrel acrylic paint, and while it was wet, I just heat set it till it bubbled. And then I went back and did not only another coat, but I took my brush and sort of raked my brush a little bit along the edges. Let me see if I can get a close-up of what I'm talking about. And it helps it look not quite so much like a piece of cardboard or a piece of cardstock cut out. It gives it a little rougher, maybe rusty kind of look. So I did that to all of the gears, equally the same, and then I sprayed them depending on what color I wanted. A silver one, the big one is a copper one, and then some of the smaller ones are gold, and there are ones hidden underneath that you can't see. So I did all that. I layered my gears up, and then I've got a couple of my homemade flowers back here at the back. Let's see if I can maybe get a shot. Doubtful. Okay, well, down in here, there's a stack of gears, and I've used pop dots under all the gears to lift them up a bit. So down here, there's a stack of 2 gears tall with a washer on top, and then this piece that my husband brought that he told me what it was, but I don't remember. Some sort of valve thing. And the wing nut just held it down to whatever it went to. There is an old a hexagon nut, but it's like domed on the top, which I thought it was really cool. So I used that in the center of this gear, and put a couple of crystals. There's crystals actually all around. This is just a polymer clay cut nail. When they're smaller, you call them horseshoe nails, but a cut nail. And I just made a mold of a real one and use those from time to time. It's light, so it doesn't weigh the piece down near as much. This and a couple of the other pieces were heavy enough as it was. Okay, and then on around you'll see that there's little crystals tucked in everywhere. This little bead right here I got from Lydia. I triple dog dare you in Iraq. Thank you, Lydia. I love how it looks all like almost leopardy print, kind of. A little mirror tile, a grungy mirror tile piece. And I don't have any idea like what collection this is from or anything. I also think I got this from Lydia. But it just went perfect. I just loved the way it looked. Another one of these little, I don't know what it came off of. My husband brought it in, and I think that's the last one I have. On around a little bit more, a couple of more crystals tucked in here and there. And this was, actually, I think he said it was off of a thermometer of some sort, like off of a grill, but the numbering doesn't seem right to me for that, so I don't know really what it's off of. But I wanted to make it look sort of like a clock or a compass, so I put one of my polymer clay pieces to kind of represent the earth, and then the spiral, and then this little piece like for the moon. So like you could tell maybe the phases of the moon, or the moon, I don't know. Just didn't want it to look plain. So, and I also sprayed that with the cocoa bean copper, and then the dial face I sprayed with the hold on, the golden sleigh bells, and that would have never come to me, so I'm glad I looked. Okay, then I've just got a polymer clay. I always said it looked like a Hershey's Kiss. I do these sometimes. that I've done a wire wrap top on. And this is actually one of the beads I was talking about that I chop up the pieces and roll them in glitter and then put them all back together. So it gives kind of a different look. Get the chain back over here where it goes. Okay. Okay, maybe not. I'll let it hang right there. This is one of the pieces that was a fail basically when I did the faux opal tutorial. But I knew I would use it. I thought it was perfect for this. So it's kind of tucked under a little bit, under the earth clock, I'm going to call it. And this is another piece that I've had in my stash for a while that I made. That is the Lisa Pavelka's Magic Gloss with some glitter underneath. And I'm going to show you, this is sort of what I was talking about. When I did this piece, the glitter, I believe, was green. But because of something I did, I didn't put the bail in the piece. I made the backing and then stuck it back in the oven. And when I did, it caused the color of the glitter to leach out a little bit. But I really like the color it turned out. So, and it almost gives some color to the resin. I'm not sure you're going to be able to see that. And this piece is just hanging from chain, so it is loose also. Another couple of little crystals. This is something I just printed out on my computer, Color Your Dreams. Oh, I believe that's everything except for this piece up here at the top. This, again, is another piece that I did some alcohol inking on just a clay tile that I made. And so it's got some alcohol inking, and then I stamped with a rubber stamp and some oh my goodness, stamped on it with this Versa Magic in eggplant color, which kind of matched the color clay that I used. Anyway, I'm so sorry. And I stamped on top of that alcohol ink. I did some green alcohol inks. And then when I was finished with everything, I lightly sprayed again with this golden sleigh bells. And you can see, I think, yes, love that, where just a little bit of it landed on this piece. And I love that look. Look. Almost has a leopard skin look. Leopard print look on top of it. Is that everything? Am I finished? Okay. So usually when I make these, I call it a trinket box or a jewelry box or something like that. I usually make it because I've made a piece of jewelry and I'm wanting a box for it. This time I kind of did the reverse. So I've made the box, and now I'll probably come back here in the next week or so with a piece of jewelry or two for the inside. This is the paper that's in the bottom, and I got this from Beth's scrapbook room, and I don't know what the paper line is, so I'll show you that inside of the lid. See how it has this little bird? So that was on the bottom of the page. So whatever that paper line is, I used that on the inside and distressed it with my vintage photo distress stain, and again sprayed it with this golden sleigh bells, just to give it an old distressed look. So there is that. And I apologize if y'all are getting sick of seeing my polymer clay videos, or my polymer clay embellishments for that matter. I just don't have a lot of embellishments, very few charms or anything like that, so I just fill it up where I can. So alright, I'll I'll get there eventually. My collection's starting to grow just a little bit. I'm starting to finally get some papers that are not just color block, and I don't mean anything against color block whatsoever. I just don't have a craft store anywhere close. We do have a Walmart, but that's the closest thing to a craft store that we have around here. So, but like I said, I am starting to slowly but surely gather up some supplies. So there is what I've got for you today. I hope everybody has had a wonderful week. We are still getting rain, and for Texas this time of year, middle of July, this is literally crazy weather. It's not getting out of the 70s during the day. We've had some mornings in the low 60s. This is insane for where we live. Usually this time of year, it's 105. It's 90 in the morning. That's what we're used to. So this has like been really, really insane. So my sister's birthday is coming up, my baby sister, here on Thursday, and then next week my middle sister's, and then mine next Friday. So maybe this cool weather will continue. My birthday hasn't been on a Friday, and I don't even remember when. So maybe hubby and I'll do something. I don't know. Alright. I think I think that's it. I'm done. I am it. Alright. I will holler at y'all later. Bye now.